guys, it's Josh from Hedgehog, and today I wanted to show you which channels a user has interacted with to visit your website before making a transaction or completing an action on your website which is important to you. It's important to look at this because many analytics platforms will show transactions with a specific model in use. They may be showing you what was the last thing somebody did to make it before making a transaction, or they might show you what was the first thing somebody did before making a transaction. And those can be two very different things, and it can lead you to understand your marketing performance and effectiveness in very different ways. So I'm going to jump over to the next screen now so I can show you what I'm talking about. So here we are in Google Analytics, which is my preferred analytics tool. And so what I'm going to do is on the left hand side, scroll down to this section that says conversions. And then if we scroll down a bit further to where it says multi-channel funnels, and then if we scroll down to the model comparison tool. Now this tool is a very powerful tool where it allows us to go through a variety of different model attributions so that we can come to a conclusion of which channels a user has interacted with to visit our website before taking a associated action. So what I have, I'll go from top to bottom. Make sure you always check out this drop down. It will list your e-commerce, if you're set up for e-commerce, the transactions, and it will also show goals because you're able to look at different actions people have taken on your website, not just purchases. Now we can also look at the look back window. I'm going to keep it at 30 days for now, but this means how far back in a period of time would we like to understand which channels people have interacted with on our website, but to come to our website. Now directly underneath that, we have the opportunity to actually select a different channel. Now there are a few different channels in here, and there are 7 different inbuilt channels in Google Analytics. I'm going to take us through 3 of them today. And I like to set up things where first interaction is on the left, I have linear in the middle, and then I have last interaction on the right. Now, because I read from left to right. Now, what this is showing us is it's actually showing us a breakdown of the differences of results that we should see based on using these 3 different models. Now, first interaction is based on what was the first thing that somebody did to come to the website. For example, did they search us on Google and come to our website? And they might have come back to the website via Facebook and email and directly. But if we're looking at just the first interaction conversion attribution model, that means that Google search in that instance will be given 100% of the credit for the sale of the transaction. Now, linear means that it actually gives an equal weighting to every channel which directed traffic to your website over time towards that conversion. Now, it's very important to note that that must be within the conversion window that we've set here in the look back. Now for last interaction. So that's complete opposite to first interaction. It's what was the last thing that somebody did on the website before converting to become a customer. So that was the last channel somebody used to come to the website before converting as a customer or taking another action. And that will claim 100% of the credit again. So it's really important to look at this because what we can see, let's just look at the top row, for example, with organic search. We can see that at first interaction, organic search actually claims 684 conversions, and linear, it claims 573, and in last interaction, it claims 501. So what does that tell me? It tells me that Google search has actually directed 684 users who have ended up purchasing or transacting on this website as the first thing that they did to come to the website. And so then if we go to last interaction, it's 501 of those people actually came back to Google from Google search as the last thing they did. Now, that might be in the same instance. It might be the first and the last is the exact same instance because they might have come to the website only one time. But what we can also see is we can see the linear. We can see how the linear again will equate it as an equal weighting for each channel over time that occurred during the look back window. And so we can see that on the right hand side that Google search, when compared from the first interaction, which is the first item that we have done, there is a 16% drop in the amount of conversions claimed in linear and a 27% increase in the amount of conversions from last interaction. Now, if we look just one row below to direct, we can see that direct actually has a 38% increase in linear and a 63%, I'm rounding up, so it should be 39, but 63% increase in last interaction. And so what that means is that users tend to, in this instance, users tend to come back via direct as a last conversion to convert. Now, this won't necessarily tell us exactly which channels people have gone through the entire process, but it can be very eye-opening and important to look at the differences between claiming this as a first interaction conversion or a last interaction conversion, or having some say through the process. I mean, I use this quite regularly to understand how each different channel interacts with the website, to keep an eye on it. And that's it for today, and thank you very much for listening. I'm Josh from Hedgehog.